Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, 7:15 a.m. here on the east coast of the U.S. Prices of BTC are currently at 10,142 as per Bybit Exchange. And there's lots to talk about today. I know I haven't been doing that many free videos, but I wanted to let y'all know we do have the Advantage community that I've mentioned, I'm sure, so many times since you guys do watch my videos whenever I do make them public. This is our Cryptosomniac website. If you hit the products page right here and you hit the technical analysis course, you can get 7 days with that course to test out our Advantage community. This is Discord, which is a chat platform. And there's all these different channels where we segment the conversation in, this is just a regular chat. This is where members put up what trades they're making. This is where the analysts put up their trades in leverage. This is where the spot buy trades are put up in terms of different terms. Like if you want to get short-term trades, these are the short-term trades that we trade in less than a few days, maybe a week or two. Medium term is a few weeks to a few months. Long terms are our months to maybe a year or two. Okay, so all kinds of fun stuff in this channel. And obviously you guys have seen our gains reviews, tons of members really just enjoying our content, really just gaining massive amounts of information, as well as utilizing that information to yield them good gains, right? Good trades, good success. Okay, so again, the Advantage membership is right here, so do come join. A big announcement starting next week or maybe the next couple of weeks is I'll be doing even less videos for public, and I'll be doing more videos for our Advantage members. I'll probably start doing 2-a-day videos starting for our Advantage members, depending on how the markets move. So typically I do one in the morning. As you can see, it's about 7 a.m. here. And then around the closing time of the evening 8 p.m. candle, I'll also be doing a video, quick short synopsis on how the markets have moved for our people in Asia as well as Australia. So we have a lot of members from parts of Eastern Asia, people in Africa as well, South Africa, Zambia, Nigeria. We have someone from New Zealand, Australia, Indonesia, so Japan as well. So we have people from all over the world watching our videos. I want to cater to that audience. So if you are someone who's watching, don't think that you're bound to only watching these videos once the market has already moved an X amount and you watch my videos 8-10 hours later. Okay, typically what we have noticed is a lot of the price action has been happening in the market hours of the US time zone. So it really does benefit the people from the US, especially those who are in the western part of Europe can also benefit from that as well. But if you are in Asia or if you're in Australia or somewhere in that part of the world, it doesn't really help when you're sleeping and a majority of that action happens. So I do want to cater to that audience as well by making these extra videos. So again, in our Bitcoin analysis channel, you can see all these updates that I put up for our Advantage members. Okay, every single one of these updates I get to show you and let you know exactly what I'm doing. I put up videos as well for only our Advantage members, on most days now. So if you do want that kind of access, and also if you just want a lot of help and assistance and communication, as well as just support and understanding what you're trading, how to trade it, how to understand technicals, we're really here to help you. Okay, not just someone who's gonna throw you into this in this Discord channel and just say, all right, figure it out. So the thing is, I want to help people be successful. I want to help you understand that Bitcoin is a sovereign asset. It's trying to become its own sovereign financial system. And I want to make trading of Bitcoin or trading of cryptocurrency assets, a way of making yourself financially free. And so with these two things combined, I really want you to be able to change your life for the better. Whether it's long-term investing, which we also do as well, we have a long-term channel right here, or it's short-term trading or scalps, where you can make some, quick money within a day, maybe even within a few hours. I want you guys to understand that, most people in our community, they have other jobs. They have kids, their parents, their grandparents. They have other responsibilities, yet they still find time to understand what's happening in the market. They'll trade it, make some money, get in, get out, right? And that really is what trading is about. When you make it a sort of an obsessive, sort of gambler-like mentality, that's where it becomes detrimental. And so I want to help you understand trading and investing can be something that you can use in complement with your daily life, with your other day-to-day job. And so this can help you bring in that extra supplemental income. Okay, and I think it's very possible, but I don't think that it's easy. Is it simple? Yeah, it's very simple, but it's not easy. Okay, it takes a lot of patience. It requires a lot of sort of understanding of, you can't just make easy money as soon as you start. It's really starting out slow. It's just like when a baby starts out venturing the world, right? You take baby steps. First you learn to crawl, then you take baby steps, then you learn to walk and then run. It's the same thing in markets. All right, you kind of just got to come in and be humble. Okay, not just throw on $100,000 trade and say, all right, well, here we go, hope it goes well. That's really not the way. The first and foremost rule of trading is really, obviously, first and foremost is capital preservation. Second is growing your capital. But, a complementary rule to that is risk management, knowing your risk. What are you allowing, for your account to encounter in terms of risk, right? So if it's not something that you can handle, where you're putting down a $10,000, $20,000 trade, and that you're willing to lose 10 or 15% in that trade, you may want to use less money or set tighter stops or enter at a better confirmation. Those are the things that you need to sort of understand, and hopefully we help you do that. All right, long spiel, but I really did want to talk about that. I want you guys to check out my video right here, Bitcoin Boils of Frogs. I did this August 28th right here, and since then, as you can see, as per this arrow flip, this happened right around over here. Actually over here, okay? Over here this happened, this rollover right here. Okay, and I was calling this, and we also called this movement right here, this top, and we shorted right here. If you don't believe me, I even have some proofs right here, okay? I mean, we've been really scalping the heck out of this market and really just, doing well in it, and it's kind of been great. So anyway, there's lots of scalp opportunities that we've been taking. As you can see right here, I had shorted almost perfectly at 10,550 this past Saturday. So we were somewhere around up here, or actually over here in this candle right here, right? So we scalped this candle right here, and then we closed just, I think yesterday, I want to say. Or actually, we had multiple shorts. I'm sorry. I don't mean to say that we caught this top and sold down here. We actually did catch this top. So I want to show you guys step by step. Okay, so here's the first short that we did open. Okay, so first things first, let's see. I really want to sort of organize this a bit better, but it's kind of hard. Okay, so first things first, I want to start off with this one. Okay, closed long. This was 9.6, right? So that's where we were right here. Okay, and I'm going to show you this on an hourly chart. So we were right here. We had broken out of this area right here, and we were somewhere over here. We caught this long right here, sold up here. Okay, so that's the first step. Okay, so as you can see, entry price right there, exit price right there. Very easy. Okay, then we decided to short. Okay, right there, 10,880. I think I got in a bit higher than that, 10,000 like 915 or something. But by the time I post this and stuff, and by the time my trade executes, I have to update it as per the price it is, right? So, as per this right here, then I had these target points right here, 10,550 and 10,750 for that particular, or I'm sorry, right here for that particular short. And as you can see, moving my stop up, and then I think I closed this trade somewhere around 10,750 or 10,760. Okay, because this candle right here was right over here. Okay, this sharply dropped, and there's no way I was predicting that. So I just figured I'm just gonna sell at support, which is right on this candle, and just get out. Okay, then I scalped some longs right here, and then I sold up here, or I think I waited for a retrace up here and I shorted up here again. Okay, so let me show you guys that one. Okay, so let's see. Short opened at 10,300. Let's see, I averaged in at 10,260. And then let's see over here. I want to show you guys 10,550. Oh, actually, yep, there it is. Okay, so here's that entry that I got in 10,550. That coordinates with this one right here. Okay, this area right here. And so we got into a nice scalp, as you can see, 10,550. And then we sold somewhere. Let's see exactly where we sold. I couldn't even tell. Okay, closing on my trade 325 right there. Okay, so I closed right around somewhere over here, I think, or actually somewhere down here. Okay, so when I saw this movement of this candle right here, or maybe even from here to here, I can't remember exactly where I sold, but I think I sold here, and then I saw this big pop up, I think, and then once it came back around, I think I shorted again. Anyway, so the point is that we've had multiple scalp opportunities, okay, and we've been trading up and down in this market fairly easily. It's really not that been that hard. Even over here, okay, we actually closed out our short trade. Okay, I want to show you this last one. Okay, as you can see, this was our short trade. Okay, we got in right around 10,187. All right, so that was right over here in this wick. I actually got in this wick right here, okay, because I knew that for the most part this was a stop run on the shorts. I got in this wick and then I closed right over here. Okay, I want to show you guys that. All right, 10,187, and I closed at 10,065. All right. For the most part, I show my community my screenshots. All right, whenever I'm taking profits or closing positions. At least my community so far, trust me, I know there's a lot of people out there who are just making stuff up. If you ever want, if you have a personal sort of reason to question me, I will happily send you a private screenshot to show you these trades right here. Okay, but most of my community members trust me because I tell them exactly on the dot when the prices are moving. And for the most part, we do get into nice trades and they benefit too. So it's, even if, let's just say I didn't even get into these trades, but at least that, you can see that they are benefiting from these trades, right? These scalps, you can see everyone is, actually showing their results. They're actually talking about them making money, right? So the point is that either way, it's a win-win situation for my community members, even over here, I want to show y'all, this is my, so as you can see, this is my long position that I got in 10,076. So when I closed my position down here on my short, because I got into short right here, closed down here, and then I reopened a long right around this area. Okay, so now I'm just riding this thing up. I'm going to wait for this double top to see if it's actually holding down price, but I think for the most part, I'm fairly confident that this thing could just go all the way up here. Okay, so we got into a nice position around 10,075 or so, or 10,080, and hopefully riding this thing up all the way. But it's a bit risky right here to sort of enter along just because it looks double toppy. So I don't know if, first of all, I don't recommend trades anyway, but this is kind of looking like this too. So if this candle, the 1 hour candle closes here and the double top right here gets broken, I would say that's a fairly statistically better trade. Okay. All right. Going back to the analysis again, 1 hour time frame, we did spot this yesterday, this inverse head and shoulders like this. All right. The neckline of that head and shoulders, The neckline of that head and shoulders was somewhere up here. On this candle breach right here was really the confirmation. I think some of my other community members got in right here. And then we had a sell off and a retrace, and I think some of them got in at an even better price down here because they also retested the bottom of this wedge, right? So a lot of positive things were happening in this movement, and I think there's a lot of shorts to be exploited in this region right here as well as this region right here. Because, when prices sort of, move down like this, there's going to be some late shorts who are definitely trapped down here. Shorts that are trapped in this region, and then shorts that are trapped in this region. Okay. And so remember, as I've stated before, that the markets are often trying to do their best to sort of, scavenge liquidity. Wherever the liquidity is where the market goes, because that's the path of least resistance, right? So if this thing keeps on breaking up, you best believe that these people right here who are short, they're going to sort of add fuel to the fire as this thing keeps on moving up, because they're going to, basically sell their shorts and have to cover and go spot long or just go long, right? Or if they're, selling shorts, there's going to be another person buying longs. Okay, so this is why I believe that, there's a lot of people to be hunted in this entire area. All right. Anyway, so the point is that, I personally think that prices are going to keep on moving up fairly nicely. I think they'll get anywhere between the 382 fib and the 50 fib. This also matches up really nicely to this previous support and resistance block right here, this order block right here that comes from this area. As you can see, this was, right here, consolidation, and then support all right here, support, and then finally broke down, used it as resistance, and then came back. Could barely, come up to this resistance again with this stop run. And now it looks like we're, I would say this area right here cleared the runway. This area right here sort of cleared the path as well for this movement right here. And now we may keep on moving up. Okay, it might be a little bit easier, and I think we'll land somewhere between 382 and the 50 fib. Right? And even the RSI had shown this before, that all these descending trend lines on the RSI, they actually broke very easily and very successfully, either on this pullback, movement back up on this as well. So I was very fortunate to sort of have caught this movement and mention it to my community members. Okay, so we're sitting in nice profit right now, and if you are too, kudos to you for being an Advantage member. All right, now let's get to the 4-hour chart. All right, here's the 4-hour chart. Okay, we have 24 minutes left in this 4-hour candle. If this 4-hour candle can close above these open and closings right here, which is around, I'm going to mark this out for you. All right, let's just say it's around closing 160, so right around there. Okay, so I'm going to mark that out for y'all. And if we can close above that on this 4-hour candle, I don't see any reason why we can at least climb up all the way up here into this 10.3, 10.4 level. Another area that you could sell as resistance is this trend line that you're seeing come back up like this, somewhere around 10,250, 270, because you can see that this was over here, support, and now that we finally broke through this, now it's going to try to use this as resistance and maybe flush back down. Okay, now though I am short on this particular, these particular 1 hour, 4-hour time frames, it does not mean that I am though I am long on these smaller time frames, it does not mean that I am not still bearish in thinking that I think price can still go down. Okay, so people often on YouTube will send these comments to me that I decide to flip my mind every day. But if they only understood that I am a trader by nature, and I'm trading the time frame, and I'm trading the asset with whatever it gives me, then they'll understand that making money in this market doesn't mean you have to stick to one mode of thinking. I mean, honestly, that's actually the very defined way that you actually wreck yourself in this market, which is you don't change your mind. Okay, because then you become liquidity, and you are the very person who is most susceptible to being exploited, right? So being able to understand smaller and larger time frame biases are really important. Now, if I had a better position, let's just say I held on to my short from up here, right? honestly, I would have taken profit down here regardless if I saw this hammer being printed, because this is a turnaround hammer. For all I know, this hammer could take us all the way back up here again, and then my profit on the short will be even less. So if I am, sort of swing trading, or even, swing intraday trading, why not take profit on what I'm seeing in the market, right? It's almost like, these people want me to be blind to the market of what's happening and just stick with my analysis. When I said that I'm, going short, or I think prices are going to fall from here, they think that I should just remain short or remain bearish all the way down. They think that prices should not go like this and then go down and like this. They think that prices just operate in a linear fashion like that. And I think this is unfair, not only to hold myself to that standard, but to hold price as well as yourself to that standard. I mean, I think it's almost borderline idiotic if you think that that's how price should move according to your, lifestyle or your judgment, because any sane person who actually knows anything about the markets will tell you that price doesn't do anything that you think it wants to do. Okay, price doesn't owe anything to you. Price will do whatever it wants to do, and what we need to do is be able to react to it properly and trade it. Okay, trade it successfully with proper risk management, and try to preserve your capital and try to grow it. And honestly, in our community, we're doing that pretty successfully. So if you do watch our videos, come join and come see the results of what we're doing. All right. Anyway, like I said, I'll be doing even less and less public videos because I want to give more and more time to our Advantage members. And you can see all the information that I provide. The amount of access, the amount of time that we provide to our community members is by far higher than any other community, because this is what other people have told us, that they've come from other paid groups, and we are actually attentive, we're supportive, we're providing education. All right, so if you do believe in that as well, come join us. All right, enough of that. Going back to the 4-hour chart, okay, like I said, if you are scalp longing in the next 20 minutes, you can see how this candle closes. Potentially take a long to this area right here, which is this ascending trend line, 250, 270, or you could go as high as this yellow breaker right here, this gold breaker point right here is, this was support, resistance, 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 support right here, and now become resistance. So I wouldn't be surprised if, price sort of gravitates back to this level, fills up some more short orders from some large players, and then pushes back down again. Okay, I think that would be the perfect way to sort of trap people on both sides, right? Have a little turnaround and then pull back down. Now the interesting thing on the daily chart is this. Okay, so what we have right now is sort of a turnaround candle, a potential reversal candle with this hammer right here. All right, and what we need to see. And this level is actually pretty important right here. Previously, as you can see, 10,024, right? Because I had marked this out from this region right here. This level was important previously, and it looks like it's kind of important right now too, because prices are refusing to fall under it for now, okay? So we could have a turnaround back up to, 10.4, 10.5 by hitting this descending trend line again. This trend line right here, I'm going to make this one white, comes from this top and this top. Okay, so that top right there, if we went straight up today, it tops off right around 10,650. Okay, now if we go to the one above that, which is where price came very close to before. Okay, so from this top to this top right here and very close to this top, that's around, if we went straight up today, that's around 10,850 or so. Okay, so you could see that there's a decent amount of room to again go back up here, get people to FOMO, and then fall back down again. But one thing that I'm still again fairly confident on is I still do think that this is a descending triangle, and not that descending triangles have to break down, but I think this one will have to break down because there's just too many similarities between the current run up and the previous run up. Okay, as you can see right here, I've drawn this before. This chart right here, this descending triangle, with this big run up, this parabolic move right here, this descending triangle broke down on 50%. So I don't see any reason why this thing with this descending triangle can't break down another 50%, right? Or it doesn't have to break down 50%, but at the very least it'll come between 8,500 and 7,400 or somewhere over here, because this is a good amount of support right in this region. Okay, so anyway, I don't see why prices can't come back down here. All right, let's see. Let's check out LTC. Here's LTC. I mean, still under its descending trend line, this yellow trend line right here. It did flip its MACD right here. Two bullish sweeps like this, first swoop right there and then the second one right there. This tells me that LTC is gearing up, but it's not ready just yet, to break out this descending trend line. It is sort of, putting in these higher lows, which is, fairly positive sign right here, right? But again, I mean, you want to make sure that it can actually, put in some higher highs as per these swings right here. Okay, so if LTC starts getting above 75, maybe $80, you may want to look into that. All right, here's ETH USD. Here's Ethereum. Ethereum had actually broken out of its descending trend line, but it looks like it's falling back a bit again. We had scalped Ethereum just for maybe like 1% or something. We got in at like 179, 180, sold at around 182. Got out of it because Bitcoin again looked a bit shaky. So alts are really not giving you any promising opportunities as of yet, because Bitcoin dominance, I think, just still remains a bit resilient. If we pull up that 3-day chart on Bitcoin dominance, it still does look very top heavy right here, but it refuses to sort of fall. And so I think that's really interesting because the next room for movement for Bitcoin is still like up here. This where'd it go? I'm sorry, up here, all the way up here around 75 to 77 points. These candles closed right here around 75 points. This one right here closed around 77.5. So it's still got a bit of room to go up all the way up there, because that's really when that big ICO hype started and then fell back. The dominance fell back really hard, right? All right. And then let's see, we've covered that. Let's see, we've covered the hourly charts on Coinbase right here, as you can see. Like I said, I mean, do watch out for that double top. I am going to be aiming in this region for my long position. If I do see anything shaky in the market, I will probably sell a bit closer to the EQ of this range right here. Well, for now I'm still long, and maybe up here I might start opening some shorts. Okay, but anyway, I'll let my community know. Do come join. One other thing that I wanted to talk about is this tweet right here. Okay, Zero Hedge is definitely a source that I really like to follow. They put out really good information, so do go check them out. Lately what I've been seeing is good amount of sort of correlation and movement across the board in assets. Okay, now correlation meaning that gold and commodities and oil and stocks and bonds and even Bitcoin have now seen sort of lashes from what's happening in the global markets overall. So what this tells me is this idea of non-correlation of Bitcoin is slowly sort of being pulled away, because I think the investors that are in Bitcoin, they've gone from speculative, and now they are the bigger players in the market who, move money across different assets. So what this tells me is when bigger money has gone into Bitcoin, they have the same fears of Bitcoin or for Bitcoin that they do for other assets. Because, if these China tariffs or trade war or global recessions or all this stuff that's been happening, is going to start affecting the equities markets, the bond markets, oil, gold, silver, more than likely it'll affect Bitcoin, okay? Because Bitcoin is, really not a different asset. It still, retains money. People want to make money in it, right? At the end of the day, cash is still king for everyone, right? So when something like this happens, you can see maybe some broader markets, whether it's gold or Bitcoin or everything else, start to see maybe a bit of a positive, momentum, at least till this stuff happens again, October 1st to October 15th, right? So until then, at the very least, maybe Bitcoin comes back to these levels up here again and then, shuts back down, right? So the point is that, though I cannot definitively say there's correlation or no correlation, I do see that as of late, markets have been seeing almost a similar movement when it comes to big, heavy news regarding, recession issues, or a global economy is really slowing down, or countries having issues with central banks, or the U.S. Having the Fed print more money or lower interest rates, or having their bond inverted yields. All that stuff is now starting to impact markets across the board, and I don't think Bitcoin is exempt to that. So that's something that I explained in this video right here, Bitcoin Boils the Frogs. So do watch it if you do get a chance. Okay, it's very informative. All right. But anyway, folks, you now know my game plan. You now know my community, my channel. You also know that we're going to start doing more videos for our private Advantage paying members, because again, if there's one thing in life that you should learn as well, is if you're good at something, don't do it for free. All right. And so this is something that Jordan and myself are really good at. We love trading, and unlike other paid communities, we actually trade the market. We don't just put on fake analysis, tell you to go buy some shitcoin and just say, all right, that's it. Sorry, it didn't work out. You're down negative 30%. No, we're actually trading with you. We show you screenshots. We actually, stay in the community, almost 16, 18, 20 hours a day, and talk to you and actually communicate and help you understand what's happening in the markets. Put on daily analysis like this through the day, so you can see exactly what's going on and what we're looking at. Okay, all right, folks, that's it. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoy this content. Take care and give me a thumbs up. Cheers.